Assalamu alaikum, sir. I am Munir Jaman Shorkar. First, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to discuss such an amazing topic. Today, I will present a research paper. The title is Exploring the Integration of Blockchain and Distributed DevOps, a comprehensive architectural study for secure, transparent, and traceable software development lifecycle. This is the table of content that I will try to cover up in my today's presentation. I divided my overall presentation in two phases. In the first phase, I will describe the introduction, problem statement, background, and methodology. And in the second phase, I will describe the seven layer of methodology, IPFS, and smart contract logic, performance benchmark, and cost and security analysis. We all know this today world is modern world, right? So in nowadays software development become very challenging and complex, and it will very complex day after day. To handle this complexity, actually DevOps are widely used because it combines the development and operational teams. However, in modern worlds, actually, software terms are often geographically distributed, which leads to distributed DevOps. Here, in this slide, we see that there are two different pictures. In the left picture shows the traditional DevOps, and the right side picture shows the distributed DevOps. Actually, in the traditional DevOps, the development and operational teams work together and they work in the same organization. But in the distributed DevOps, the development or operational teams work in different location, in different time region, and it can be different organization. So, as in the distributed DevOps, the development team or operational team working in different regions and in different time zones, so there is a chance of occurring some issues like security, misunderstanding or miscommunication, lack of accountability, and security risk. Okay. Now, a question arises that why distributed team struggle. As we mentioned that distributed DevOps faces some problems. So generally a question arises that why distributed team struggle. The first is there is misaligned goal. Here, this problem is occurred because we all know that in distributed DevOps, the development team or operational team working for different regions, so they are not visible to each other. For this reason, actually this problem arises. And project delays. This is occurs because of poor coordination and lack of traceability. And third one is collaboration friction. Collaboration friction is arises due to the disrupts between the client and the developers. Now I describe the one of the most important type, that is critical deficits of the distributed DevOps. Actually, in this paper, they are able to find out the four critical deficits. The first one is lack of transparency. Second one is lack of trust. Third one is lack of vulnerabilities and poor traceability. Now, try to describe very shortly what is lack of transparency. Actually, lack of transparency means that the stakeholders cannot clearly see what is happening in the pipeline. And lack of trust means lack of trust between the stakeholders, and security vulnerability means that unauthorized access can occur in the system. And third one is poor traceability. Poor traceability means as in this case, different workers work in different locations. So if any changes occurs, then other workers don't know when the changes actually occurs, and the changes occurs by which workers. So now I will describe the one of the most important mechanism, which is blockchain. Why blockchain is important and what are the key benefits of blockchain? The first and most familiar benefits of blockchain is decentralization. Here in blockchain method, the actually controlling authority is decentralized. That means the system is controlled, not controlled by a single person. It is controlled by in several location and in several person. And immutability means that if any changes occurs in the system, or if any workers update anything, then other workers will not able to change this. And smart contract means it ensures the rules and agreements. So, as we already described, the several problems for distributed DevOps. So, a question arises that is it possible to solve this problem and implement a framework that will able to provide all of these suitable software development lifecycle? This question, the answer of this question is yes, it is possible to create a digitalized software development tool that will able to provide a suitable environment, and that is a novel framework integrated blockchain, IPFS, and smart contract and Jenkins that ensures the transparency, traceability in software development lifecycle. So here is the high level of architecture of proposed methodology. It contains several layers. In the first layer is project initiation, where the project initiation is occurs, and in the second layer is continuous development layer, where the team is developed, where the team from different location is developed the project, and third one is continuous integration and delivery layer, and fourth one is continuous deployment layer. Fifth layer is continuous monitoring layer, where the monitoring team monitor if there is any problem, if any team member faces any problem during the development or other cases. And last one is payment layer, where the payment is occurs. The payment is actually completed from the client to the developers. Now, this is the process of our flow that follow uh, by the author to proposed the method. In the first phase of this process flow is initiation phase. In the initiation phase, actually, the terms are set via smart contracts, and second one is development phase, where the shared IPFS. After that, CI and CD is performed by Jenkins. Then the deployment layer then the deploy phase is started. After that, monitoring phase. That in this phase, actually, the monitoring team monitored the overall progress, if there is any problem or anything. And the last phase is payment phase, where the payment actually automatically released using the smart contracts. So now I will describe the first three layers among the 7 layers that actually represent the user and logical layer. First layer is the presentation layer, second layer is the application layers, and third layer is the business and logic layer. Is the first layer actually the contract between users and the team are occurs through the DevOps, and in the application layer, where the project agreements and deployment are occurs, and in the business and logical layers contains the smart contracts that define rules and regulations. Now, I will describe the other core layer, that actually the core or infrastructural layer of the seven among the seven layer. The fourth layer is trust layer that manages the congeals of mechanisms, and fifth number layer is transaction layer. Transaction layer process the blockchain transaction, and sixth layer is infrastructural layer that contains the peer-to-peer network and IPFS storage. And finally, the last layer is security layer that protects the entire system from any types of attack like malware attacks or unauthorized access, etc. So now I will describe the uh, solving scalability process using IPFS. We already discussed, oh, sorry, we already discussed that scalability issue is one of the most major issue in project development lifecycle. Here, this problem is solved by using IPFS. Actually, when large data or large files are stored in blockchain becomes very slow and very expensive. It is very expensive for process. Uh, for this, actually, sorry, IPFS is used that the section of IPFS is interpretability file system used for the actually for low cost, and which ensure the uh, uh, speed. Now, atomicity trust, smart contracts act as the immutable rule of law for the project. Here, the key functionalities, that is project term, quality gates, and the penalties. Now, let's go to the next slide. Here is the automated phase settlement, which eliminating payment frictions, that is trigger, method, and result. In the triggered phase, actually payment is triggered automatically upon successful completion of the integration. And in the method phase, actually use digital wallets for the very fast transformation, very fast transaction. And for this, actually there is no authorized access or any transaction failure occurs. And now I will describe the performance analysis of the proposed framework. Here we see that in the top graph, it shows that the chain size is increasing if the block mine time or block mines increased. If the block mines is increased, then chain size increases. What is one of the worst things of blockchain, we can say. And the bottom and the bottom graph shows the uh, the bottom graph shows the bar chart compares the block confirmation time across the different blockchain platforms. As here we see that bitcoins take around 600 seconds, where the Ethereum takes 20 seconds, Cardano takes 20 seconds, and Polkadot takes 6 seconds, where the proposed framework takes only 0.25 seconds. So from this graph, we can easily understand that these proposed frameworks perform really well, and it actually improves mainly due to off-chain storage using IPFS. So now what is key findings of that study? As we already described that there are several problems in traditional approach like distributed DevOps, blockchain. So this framework actually find the overall problem and find all the problem that arises in distributed DevOps and traditional blockchain method, and they combines these two approach, and that combines the strong point of these two approach and ensure the scalability, ensure the security, ensure the transaction security, all the approach of software development lifecycle. So they proposed a overall framework that is suitable for only not only for the customer but also for the development team. Now, the future framework. Now, I will describe the future framework of the author that they think that they will implement the artificial intelligence or machine learning model for anomaly detection in contract, and secondly, they will provide the mobile app for real-time application, real-time monitoring, and thirdly, they will provide governance for voting tokens. That's all my today's presentation. Thank you, sir.